Hi traders, welcome to the F Trader. I'm Kay and I'm going to run through the market briefing with you. But if you like this channel, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so looking at the previous session and this session, as discussed, we took a long position on gold. This is a 4-hour chart. We took a long position here. We took a nice wave up. I mentioned in my last video that I'm not liking this pattern, that it's kind of sideways tracking, and then we broke out here and quickly it was sold into, and that wasn't a very good indication for me. So we took some profit here and we've moved our stop loss to there. About there was about 125 actually, and we've just been stopped out of that in profit as well. So we are not long gold anymore. We took a 50% there and we've been stopped out at about, I think it was about 7-8, actually no, hold on, we went in 1811. Yep, we came out at about 1825, so made a decent amount of profit there. And this one was the best one because we got out around the 1840, but at 50% of our stake. We will wait and see if this trend continues, and if we start getting bear flags to the lower side, we will take a short position, and it would have broken out of this sideways pattern that it's been doing for a long time. If it doesn't, if it starts making new higher highs, we will take another long position, but we'll have to wait. So currently we're out of gold and we're waiting for another opportunity. Quickly on the pound dollar, the cable's had a beautiful run up. We've tightened up our stops there and it's had a little bit of a breakdown. The US dollar index has been strengthening. It started doing that a little bit after the results for the unemployment results came in. They came in a little bit worse than what was expected. It's a Thursday, but you know, I did mention that I wouldn't be surprised if the pound dollar, the cable, starts pulling back closer to this 20 EMA. So we've put our stop loss at a point where we would take a little bit of profit off the table. I'm kind of thinking that this will pull down, so we may exit about 50% of our position and then leave the stop loss where it is. But we'll wait and we'll monitor that and see what happens with that. But you know, I do feel this will pull down closer to the 20 EMA and then start making a newer high. I am quite bullish on the cable. So if I just go to the euro dollar, we've taken a long position. Let me go on a daily. So we took a long position here. We haven't gained much, to be honest, and we're just holding that position, hopefully for it to break out of this position. I did mention on a 4-hour chart that we'd had a inverse head and shoulders, which we've broken out, and we've kind of made a good gain there. Now, so if we'll consolidate and maybe go to new highs, we will have to wait and see, but we've got quite a tight stop on that because I'm not too sure how quickly that's going to break down. I'm just going to quickly show you the US dollar index. This is a daily chart. It is still down for the day, but it has recovered from the lows that it's done. So if it starts going higher here, it could very well, this could be a bull flag. I mean, it's a bit extended or elongated, I would say, as a bull flag, but you know, very well, it could suddenly start going higher and doing a higher high. It would then kind of go by the pattern of this inverse head and shoulders. But as mentioned, I do feel that this will start breaking down and give this support a test. But we'll wait and see. We haven't done anything with the US dollar index. I'm just going to close this down. Quickly on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been interesting. I'm really waiting for a pullback, and as mentioned here, it started to break down a bit, and I was like, great, okay, this is going to pull back to around this region, and hopefully we can start looking to take a trade to the upside, or it will start doing a few bear flags and we'll take a short to the lower side. It's literally just come down and buyers have just come in and pushed it back up. I do feel there's a little bit of resistance here, and it's tested it again and just broken through, and it's kind of getting sold into again. If this continues for the next couple of sessions and we start getting a little bit of a breakdown, I will take a short position. I tend to sometimes like to sell positions when it's tested a certain position and then it breaks out and then it sort of breaks down. It shows that the buyers were not strong enough to break out, and sellers, you know, are obviously overpowering this position. So we usually take a little short position and kind of put a really tight stop above this A good example of that, if I can find for you guys, Bitcoin is quite a bad one to use as an example with this because it's quite volatile. I really can't see a good example to show you guys. I mean, that wouldn't be a good example there. But so maybe we shouldn't actually. I need to do some more data reading on that. But I do with other currencies or indices. Let me just show you on the gold. I'm sure we'll have a good example of that. So something like here. So this has been a previous high, sort of come down. It's gone back up here. It's tried to break through. It hasn't managed to. And again, another one here, got close enough and it hasn't, and it's broken down. This would have been a good position to take a short. And as you can see, it's broken down. We've got a couple of this. So here, it's broken out and quickly got sold into. Again, another good opportunity to take a short there. So when you get these two kind of spikes that is kind of hit, or it just breaks through and then gets sold back into, there's a lot of information on this and about Japanese candlesticks. I don't tend to use them, but the psychology of what's happening there with buyer and sellers is quite important when you want to take that position. So just an idea. I'll look into the Bitcoin one. I'll let you know. But at the moment, those are our positions, and gold's actually broken down. So we'll have to see. Another thing when I want to look for a trend, I tend to go to a weekly chart and plot a 26 EMA. And this is flat right now, but let's say the EMA goes from a flat position to a positive, let's say at here, which is the 6th of Jan. That would be a good indication that the market's starting to turn. I wouldn't classify that as a full reversal or a trend. I would then move to a daily, and I would go to the 6th of January, and I would look at the 13-day EMA, and then I would look at the histogram of a MACD. If that is positive, and the weekly 26 EMA is positive, that would be a good indication to me that the market is in an uptrend, and I would take a long position. I sometimes do that for quite long-term positioning, and as you can see, the market's moved up. If at any point the 26 EMA on the weekly or the 13 EMA on the daily or the histogram like it has here, so at this point there, actually it's turned negative just about there, you need to get out at any of those indicators. So we would have got out actually about early on here because the 13's changed, that's changed, so we would be jumping out straight away. So you don't actually use stop losses or take profit. You basically go on the indicators, which is quite an interesting way to trade as well, but it's more of a long-term hold position. I hope you've enjoyed this session, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Tomorrow is a Friday. I will presume towards the end of the day it's going to be low volume, and so we may keep it a short one. Thank you.